Lebanese media say an Israeli drone strike has killed 2 people near the border between the 2 countries. Israel has not commented on the reports. Its Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has been considering how to respond to Saturday's deadly rocket attack on the occupied Golan Heights. 12 children were killed and 20 other people wounded. Israel has blamed Hezbollah for the deaths. However, the Lebanese militant group has denied responsibility. SABC News correspondent Sarah Coates joins us live now from Tel Aviv with the latest update in this particular war. Sarah, good afternoon to you and thank you so much for your time. Seems like there's a lot of uncertainty in terms of who is really to blame for that latest attack. Just talk to us about what you know so far.
Certainly, this is really a region right now that is on a knife's edge. Both people in Lebanon and also here in Israel really bracing for what this Israeli response will be to Saturday afternoon's attack that, as you mentioned, killed 12 Druze children playing football in the afternoon. Now, the Israeli Security Cabinet held a meeting last night until the early hours of this morning, deciding that Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, and also the Defense Minister, Golan, that they actually have the authority to decide the scope and also the timing of this reprisal. And you mentioned it there, with Hezbollah continuing to deny it had any involvement. There is a lot of fear here in the region that depending on this response, that it could actually tip the area into an all-out regional war, which could draw in Iran and these proxies even further. And what we've been seeing today is a lot of flights cancelled from and out of Beirut airport, with a number of citizens like Germans being told to get out now while flights are still available. Now, Israel is threatening a severe response to Hezbollah, so really it just is a matter of time before we see this response, as foreign leaders are really urging diplomacy. We do know that Israel's President Isaac Herzog, he had a call a little earlier today with US Secretary of State Antony Blinken, with Blinken warning Israel, very, very worried, the Biden administration here, that if Israel were to do something like, say, strike Beirut or the outskirts of Beirut, then this could tip the region into a larger war.
And I know, of course, both of these particular countries, both Israel and Hezbollah, have been saying that they don't really want to go on a full-scale war. But just talk to us about the casualties very briefly, Sarah, if you can, in terms of this particular heavy fighting over the weekend.
Certainly, there have been many casualties on both sides. Of course, the latest on the Israeli side, these 12 children on a Saturday afternoon. Now, that Druze community in the Golan Heights, it is in mourning. The final funeral of that 12th little boy was held just a few hours ago. And we do know that a number of Israeli ministers have been up there, like the Defense Minister, Golan, vowing to these community leaders that there will be a severe response. But certainly a lot of concern right around the region. You did mention that drone strike in southern Lebanon just a couple of hours ago. Hezbollah has come out to say that it was 2 of its members. We still don't know the seniority of these members that were killed, with the IDF still not commenting on this. But really, for these last few hours, there have been red alert sirens ringing out in these northern communities. Drones, rockets shot over from southern Lebanon into Israeli territory, while Israel has been striking so-called Hezbollah targets in southern Lebanon throughout the morning and also overnight, with residents in southern Lebanon also reporting very heavy Israeli shelling.
Sarah, thank you so much for that. Of course, Sarah Coates, our SABC News correspondent, live there for us in Tel Aviv. A story, of course, that we are monitoring very closely in terms of those recent developments.